Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do another installment of Studio Tales. And you might ask, well, what is Studio Tales if you haven't listened in on the other segments? And Studio Tales is basically I sit around with my band members, especially the keyboard player, and we talk about things and we share our experiences of playing with other artists. And he said that it'd probably be a good idea to share some of these stories with some of your listeners as far as some of the famous people that you met or people that became famous when you were working with them. And I said, yeah, that'd be a good idea. So I've done a couple of them. The last one I think I did was R. Kelly, how I met him and how I worked behind him when he was getting his career started in the late 80s in Chicago on the South Side, club called the China Club. And today I'm going to do one on U2 and Bono. And it's pretty interesting how I met them because this is how it worked, or this is what happened. Me and my wife went to this soul food restaurant that was in the heart of, black neighborhood. And it was hard to find good old down home soul food in the area other than fast food garbage. So we decided to go somewhere, sit down and have a nice, like a Thanksgiving meal with dressing and turkey and, just the works. So we went to this popular soul food place. And of course, again, being in the heart of the black neighborhood, number of black folks, coming there to have a good meal. And all of a sudden, when we were there eating, these white guys came in. And of course, they drew a lot of attention because it's like, this is kind of like the heart of the hood, so what are they here for? And, I know what they were there for, but, it's like it's just not normal or usual that you see a group of white guys come into this establishment. And nobody knew who they were except for me. And it was kind of interesting because I was like, man, it looked like U2. And it was U2, so I didn't want to make a scene and get them all, get them all riled up. Because what happened was they had came to town to do a show. And their manager figured it would be a good idea to kind of keep them in a part of an area that most people really didn't know who they were. So that's why they were there. So I politely went over to the table and introduced myself and told them I was a big fan. And, we chatted for a few minutes. They were gracious enough to, let me, chat with them and talk about music because I told them I was a musician. And Bono was there. The Edge was there. The drummer was there. I forgot his name. And the bass player, he wasn't there. That was the only one that wasn't there. And real down-to-earth guys. I mean, Bono's a really cool guy, because I've met other people that have been famous at that point when I met them, and they were not very warm people. It was like, you bother me, go away. But they were quite interested in what I had to say, and I was interested in what they had to say. And I complimented Bono, or should I say the Edge, on his guitar sound. I said, it's very unique. And he said, yeah, he said he loved echo and just liked to experiment like Andy Summers of the Police, because kind of that's how he kind of patterned his style behind Andy Summers of the Police, because Andy Summers has a pretty interesting sound as far as delay and echo and chorus and things going on too with his guitar sound. And when we were talking, Bono was interested in knowing if I knew any bands, in the Chicagoland area that they might want to check out. And I gave a band a plug, and to this day, they had no idea that I did this. I had went to a music seminar about maybe 2 weeks prior to meeting U2. And these guys brought their demos, and it was a rock band, and they demo on the 4-track, and it just blew everybody away. I mean, the sound was there. These guys could rock. I forgot their names, but at that time, I knew their name because they, said their name. So I told them, I said, this 4-piece rock band that they play on the north side. I think the club was called Metro Mayor or something to that effect. I said, you might want to check those guys out because they rock. So that was a nice little pub for a band that I didn't know. But when I heard them at the seminar, these guys were they were phenomenal to me. And again, Bono, really nice guy. And they were kind enough. And unfortunately, this was the era before the digital cameras or the phones that you could take a selfie with. So they were kind enough to give me an autograph. And I kept that autograph for a very long time, put it in my scrapbook. And there was a guy that used to work with me when I got sick, and I got really sick because I told you I almost died in 2000 and 6. And this was one of the few guys that called me on a regular basis, mailed me out tapes of DVDs to just try to keep my spirits up because I was going through a lot during that period of time. I just thought I wasn't going to be here. And he was one of the true blue friends that just, didn't forget about me when I was away for a period of time. And when I got better, I gave him that autograph. And I gave it to him. He said, "What is this?" I said, "Read the names." He's like, "Whoa." And I said, "I want you to have that." He said, "No, I can't take that." I said, "Yeah, because you've proven yourself to me that you are a true blue friend. And you would cherish this more than me," because he was a huge U2 fan. I mean, I am too. But, this guy loved a whole bunch of rock groups. So he was quite appreciative. And I was glad that I was able to make him happy by giving him something that meant a lot to me. But that was my way of showing that I cared a great deal about him because he cared a great deal about me. So, that's my story about YouTube and Bono and how I met those guys. Really down-to-earth guys. Hope you enjoyed the story. Till next time, take care.